Okay, what's up, Jaguars and fans of this very epic dramatic TV show right here? You all know what it is. You know who I am. Ralph Jaguar is back at you again. Welcome to another epic installment of Catfish, the review part Dukes, the review mini-series that I am using to critique and review Catfish, the TV show, for the third season. The third season, OMG. Been through a lot, but I'm still hanging in there, and I hope you all are too. But don't worry, I'm not going to go into that right now. This episode right here of Catfish, the TV show, was a real doozy. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And this week's episode of Catfish, the TV show, is the story of Antoine and Tony. Okay, but first I have to ask, is it Antwane or Antoine? You know what? Antwane doesn't really sound right, even though that's the way that it looks like it, sounds. So I'm guessing that it's supposed to be Antoine. So let's go with Antoine. Okay, we got Nev and Max here, and as you can see that they are pumped up and ready to jump into this and see what the F is going on. Alright, peoples, here is the story. Carmen is an African-American female here, lives in Cincinnati, Ohio, and she's trying to help out her cousin. She's reaching out to Max and Nev to try to help out her cousin. Antoine, who is in love with a guy named Tony, whom he met on Chatline, where you meet singles and talk to people on the phone. Guess what? Max have been on it. Yeah, that's right. Our very own Max is very familiar with this hotline. And even though they have never met, Antoine is convinced that Tony is the one for him. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling too, Jaguars and fans of this show. Antoine and Tony have been talking to each other on the phone for about 3 years. And to top it all off, Antoine hasn't even seen a picture of Tony. No Facebook or any website of any kind. That's right, no website of any kind, no picture of any kind. And here I'm thinking that perhaps the prerequisite for this show would be that you have to have at least, one picture of them. But for the first time ever, there is no pic. Yeah, definitely a first in Catfish history. So then they went to Antoine's house and spoke with him. Antoine doesn't do any computer stuff at all. He just talks on the phone with Tony. He waits for Tony to call him. Tony doesn't have a Facebook page either. So we don't know anything about Tony other than the fact that he's been to Cincinnati. And by the way, Carmen and Antoine are best friends, and she wants to look out for her cousin. And that's good, because they're family members, and family should look out for each other, They shouldn't do anything to hurt each other or humiliate each other. You look out for each other and take care of each other. That's the thing to do. But unfortunately, Tony is so into this guy. And then Carmen is, trying to tell, Antoine that, he's got to keep the guard up. But then Tony is calling Carmen a hater. So your cousin is trying to tell you about some guy that you barely know. You don't know anything about him. And then if someone speaks out and say, hey, maybe he isn't the right guy, you're going to call us all haters? I mean, you haven't even seen a picture of this dude. Oh, jeez. When people are in love, they really go all out, don't they? I mean, you know nothing about this dude. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's just get on with the story. So, it's now time for Nev and Max to start doing their thing. That's right, it's time to start investigating. But there's really not much to go on. I mean, all they have is this one phone number. Yeah. And by using this one and only, thing that they have to go on, Tony's phone number. So they run that number on the internet. And they find this. Not exactly pay dirt, is it? Okay, so then Nev decides to Google the number, and this is what comes up. Someone named Diana Thomas. I don't know, it looks like a few of them here when they're, typing this on a computer. Then they do Scorpio search for Diana Thomas and find this. Yeah, it's pretty amazing what you can find on the internet, huh? Scorpio search. And I really don't even know what that is. I guess you learn something new every day, huh, Jaguars? And here we find two relatives of Diana Thomas. And guess what, Jaguars? One of the relatives is, surprise, surprise, big shocker, Antwane Thomas. Hey, did y'all know that Tony is short for Anthony? Or Tony is another name for Anthony? You did know that, right? Okay, just checking to make sure. And then they search for Antwane Thomas and get this information on him. Information about a criminal record when he was arrested. Uh-oh. Damn. Yep, the stuff that you can find out about people on the internet. Keep that in mind, folks. But wait, there's more. And then this mugshot pops up. Yep, you guessed it. He was busted right around the time that he started talking to Antoine 3 years ago. But of course, okay, yeah, I know this is real disturbing, Jaguars. Very, very disturbing. Because Nev and Max, they really spend a whole lot of time on the computer trying to investigate this. And this is all they can find. But this is not, but they admitted that this is not really a sure thing. This is only a possibility. I mean, they tried out all the other possibilities, but this is all they could find. You know, I gotta say, in all of season 2, you know, I was waiting on that axe murderer. But here in season 3, yeah, I think we found the axe murderer. Oh boy. But of course, like I said, it's just a possibility. And now, Nev and Max tell Antoine and Carmen what they found. And as you can guess, Antoine, of course, is shocked, upset, and pissed off. That's right. Which, of course, is understandable. I mean, how would you feel if you receive, you know, information about this, and this could be a possibility for you? So our guy Antoine here is, you know, right for feeling this way. I mean, even though that is not really conclusive and concrete, you know, the information that Nev and Max discovered at this point, but the fact that it's a possibility is really disturbing. One of the great many risks is when you try to, you know, meet people online. But then again, Antoine and Tony didn't really meet online. They met on a hotline. Yeah, definitely a change here for Catfish history, don't you think? So at this point, you know, Nev decided to go ahead on and try to dig even further into Scorpio search, because he really wanted to try to get some hardcore information on Tony. So by searching on Scorpio, Nev found 3 possible addresses, and they all decided to visit them all. Okay, so Nev, Max, Carmen, and Antoine are going to visit these 3, you know, possible locations. And we're going to see what we can find out about our mystery guy here. We come to this location and we find nothing. I mean, yeah, Nev, you know, he pressed the button on that, by that door over there, you know, tried, but nobody wouldn't buzz him in. I mean, he even, yeah, now I recalled him talking to a female here, but it was nothing. No Tony. And nothing over here either. I mean, yeah. I mean, Nev did talk to this lady right here. You know, this is Diana Thomas, but she's not related to anyone named Tony. I know it must have been awkward for her seeing all the cameras around and stuff. She's probably wondering, what are all these people doing here looking for a person? And they got all these cameras. These guys here with cameras and stuff. But anyways, yeah. Nothing here either. Guess what, Jaguars and fans of this show? Nothing here either. In fact, this 3rd place that they came to really looks like a dead-end shack. Front door is padlocked, and even if Nev had rung the doorbell, he wouldn't be able to get in. I mean, definitely abandoned. And what is that Nev is reading right there? Could be like what? An eviction notice or evacuation notice or something. Ah, jeez. Found nothing here. Yeah, kind of ridiculous, as Antoine said. But hold up, Jaguars. Are you ready for the shocker? Remember what I said about truth revealing itself? Check it out. Boom! Hot damn, here it is. Truth is finally revealed. Carmen here has something to tell us. OMG, right here, the corporate is revealed. Carmen has been posing as Tony these past 3 years to get back at Antoine for calling her a bad name in front of a lot of people. And I'm assuming that all these people included their relatives and family members. Oh man, it was payback. That's right, all this because Antoine said something bad about Carmen. And yeah, and this is what Antoine called Carmen right here. Yeah, it's right here on the bottom. What Antoine called Carmen. And that's why she plotted this whole thing, this whole plot. And she used the cast of the Catfish, the TV show, to do it. To put her cousin on blast and humiliate him on national TV. OMG, are you kidding me on this? God damn. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I kind of feel used here. Ah, jeez. And here they started arguing on the streets in front of the camera crew and cast. Antoine and Carmen had to ride in separate vehicles to get home. Yeah, you damn right better put them in separate vehicles. Because if they ride in the same car, it's going to be a fight. And of course, Antoine is pissed and he's livid and shocked and all that. I mean, oh, come on, I would be pissed off too if someone did this to me. Because of something that happened 3 years ago. I mean, they couldn't hash that out back then. Because of something that he said 3 years ago, some BS. I mean, that is kind of some BS, just like Antoine said. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a bad word that Antoine called Carmen, but this right here has to be a little bit worse, don't you think? And then you're gonna sucker Nev and Max, drag them into this? Using them? I mean, does Carmen know what this is about? Why Nev and Max do this? I mean, yeah, this is their job, but it's also a career here, I mean, we're trying to help people with this show. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. This definitely shocked everybody. Oh, very nice, Carmen. Take up our time. So we had to take a 24-hour break after all that drama. And then the next day, Nev and Max wanted to talk to Antoine, but he didn't want to talk. So Nev and Max did the next best thing, and that was to confront Carmen about this whole screwy plot of hers. And the conversation got real heated, real quick. So heated that one of the producers had to call Nev and Max outside to calm them down. And you all know that when the producer has to come in and call you outside, then it's a messed up situation. It's bad. So yeah, the producer, not even putting himself in in the scene, you know, he had to talk to Nev and tell him, hey, you gotta calm down and all that, because you're messing up your show. And Nev was able to compose himself, and, you know, and I don't blame Nev for, you know, being pissed off like that, because he should be pissed off. I mean, you used the man, you know, you used Max too, you know. And I think she also did it for TV time. You know, I think that's why, you know, Carmen did all this. Yeah, it was to get back at Antoine for what he said. But I guess Carmen is thinking, why not kill two birds with one stone? You know, she can get back at Antoine for what she did. And then since she heard about this show, she can get on TV at the same time. Real nice. I wonder if other people are going to do that. But anyways, let's get back to the story. Then Nev went back in and apologized for losing it, which is a good thing to do, because, you know, you have to remain professional, you know, no matter what surprises come out. Then Max and Nev and Carmen, you know, they talked it out. And they made Carmen realize, you know, what she did. And they were able to resolve, you know, the whole thing, you know. Yeah, or at least they came to some kind of resolution, I hope. And Carmen realizes that she may have lost her cousin and Antoine. And remember what I said earlier? When Carmen says that she is Antoine's best friend and not just cousin, because they look out for each other. Well, by her doing all of this BS plot right here, she has really hurt Antoine. The opposite of what she says that she wanted to do earlier. Way to go, lady. But you know what? I think Carmen gets it now. So, I'm not really mad at her. Yeah, Carmen gets it. Then Nev and Max, you know, they took Antoine out somewhere to help him heal and feel better. You know, they talked to him, you know, tried to uplift, you know, his spirit, you know. And it seems like it worked. All right. Epic job, guys. That's our online PI team. Well, I really almost don't know what to say about this one, Jaguars and fans of this epic yet crazy show. Yeah, this was another doozy. OMG. And this season has barely begun too. Once again, the potential catfisher wasn't who she said they were, but that's nothing new to this show. It's becoming very common. But what is not so common is the catfisher turning out to be related to the catfishee, because of something that Antoine said about her 3 years ago. Carmen concocted this whole plot to get back at Antoine. And when Carmen heard about Catfish, the TV show, she decided this would be the great opportunity to drop the bomb on Antoine in front of the world to see. And of course, Nev and Max are pissed off about this, and they should be, because it is what they do to help people and do some good. You know, this whole elaborate plot of Carmen really took up, you know, Nev and Max's time, no doubt. Now let's keep in mind here, it was really wrong of Antoine to talk about Carmen like that in front of a lot of people. It was hurtful to Carmen, but the way that Carmen went about handling this situation is so not right on many fronts. I mean, damn. Carmen planned this and had this go on for 3 years? Are you kidding me on here? That's BS, pure and simple. Carmen and Antoine should have hashed this out 3 years ago instead of going through all this, posing as a fake god to humiliate her cousin, Antoine, whom she says that she cares about a lot. Really? And let's keep in mind that this happened to Nev, so you know that he's going to get heated over this. And Carmen has done this to other guys on chat line. Jeez. Are you SHITing me on this? Carmen had to take a long look in the mirror, and it looks like she did, because 1 month later, Carmen says that she is not catfishing anyone anymore, which is actually a blessing. And Antoine has actually learned how to Skype, actual video chat. Now that's epic. Okay, I'm going to end it right here. Peace out till the next episode / installment.